Tua Tagovailoa and defending AFC champion Joe Burrow. Trey, we talked a little bit about Tua, right? And the Dolphins, and what did we learn against their game in the Bills? And Joe Burrow and the Bengals got right back on the right side of things against the Jets. What are your thoughts on this game? Is Tua up in that category where we think he can keep pace back-to-back weeks with a Josh Allen and then a Joe Burrow?
The Dolphins' offense did not play well in that win over the Bills. Let's just be clear about that. They didn't play very well. My bigger concern in this game is about whether or not the Dolphins' defense is going to show up. We talked about this. Like, we can have the matchup of the quarterbacks, and I understand that's what everyone talks about. But Joe Burrow looked like Joe Burrow last week against the Jets. Granted, it was against the Jets. I understand that. But it does feel like the bigger test in this game is going to be about that Dolphins defense and how much they have in the tank after being on the field for 90 games in that heat and playing, as we said off the top, in 4 days rest. I know that Joe Burrow is that guy. Right? Like he's that dude.
He's a potential serial killer using his talents for good.
Well, as we said earlier on the show, there's no question about that. The bigger concern for me in this game is the Dolphins defense. Like we can have the Tua discussion. And by the way, there's real questions about whether or not Tua should even play in this game.
Yeah, that's a huge thing about this.
After what happened, like, I do appreciate how hard the Dolphins are caping to say that it was a back injury as opposed to a head injury. Yeah. But when he left the game, they said it was a head injury. Then when he came back, they said it was a back injury. And that's why the NFL and the NFLPA are both jointly investigating a review of whether or not the concussion protocols were followed here. Because to the naked eye, it certainly looked like it was a neurological issue and not a back issue for Tua.
Yeah.
So look, the Dolphins defense, to me, more than anything else in this matchup on Thursday night, is going to be the deciding factor, depending on what they have left in the tank. Burrow is great. Tua's played great. To me, neither of those quarterbacks are the swing issue in this game on Thursday.